I think that's right.
It seems like kind of like a case of overgeneralization in some sense, right? You want to discuss a narrow issue, assuming consensus on everything you're not talking about. And then if you transfer that into, let's say, a mutual elaboration of both your characters on the scale of good and evil, all it does is make things exceedingly complex. That never works in a marital argument, for example.
For example, that's right.
Right. We had a rule in our relationship, my wife and I, that we would try to argue about the narrowest possible thing in the given argument, right? To stop it from expanding ever outward and potentially turning into a characterological attack.
Yeah, that's a good way. Sounds like a good rule, because at a certain point, arguments become all-out war, where the goal is not, you lose all touch with truth, and your goal is to win. And strangely, you win in ways that alienate the very person you're trying to persuade, because so much of our argumentative ability is actually intended for an audience. We're really, really good at making our case, even though it often doesn't persuade the other person, but because we evolve for moral grandstanding in very intense social groups. And that's a little foreshadowing of how I hope we'll talk about social media.